In today's video, we would see how to implement k-means clustering algorithm in our dataset. So at first, we would start by importing all our important libraries. So it's pandas, numpy, matplotlib.pyplot, seaborn, then min-max scalar from sklearn.preprocessing, k-means from sklearn.cluster, matrix from sklearn, and counter from collections, and listed color map from matplotlib.colors. Let's run this column. Okay, now it's time to read our CSV file. Read CSV. Our dataset name dataset dot CSV, and let's print the first 5 rows. Okay. Now as you see, we have to use only this numerical data. So let's take our input features from this net data. Have age. We would have, let's copy this, blood pressure. We would have cholesterols, and we would have heart rate. And also let's see its first 5 rows. So yeah, now we have to scale our this 4 input columns. So for that we would use min max scalar function, and in data we would simply fit transform our data, and let's print this. So these are our scaled 4 columns of data. Okay, great. Now it's time to frame this data, let's say in A, B, C, D 4 columns, because it will be helpful for us to use the clustering algorithm. So data pd dot data frame, parameters data. I'm gonna name the columns as A, B, C, D. And now let's print our data. So yeah, so we got our A, B, C, D column. Okay, now it's time to call our k-means model. So if I name it model and say k-means and let's skip to 2 clusters. Okay, let's skip 2 clusters and then simply fit our data into it. Okay, so our k-means got fit. Now in y, if we simply model dot predict, because now I have to predict the rest of the data. So this is our values. So what it does, this algorithm clustered our these 4 columns in 0 and 1, mean in 2 clusters. Okay, now to see the values, what we can do this, we can transform this array into a column called as let's say y, or cluster. So data cluster, and within that I want to keep y, then I want to print the data. Okay, so we got A, B, C, D, our input columns, and clusters, our output columns. Mean simply our clusters, mean all those rows belongs to 0 clusters or 1 cluster. Now if we have to check the centroids, so what we can do, model dot cluster centers, then simply print our cent. So these are our cluster centers. Now to see is in a graph, let's labels our data and counter is simply 50, 100. Then we have to create a scatter plot with data would be data and x a, and in y I'm gonna give, let's say, b. Now if we run it, so there is an error we are having. So argument y, okay, it won't be in caps, it will be small. Okay, so this is our data without being clustered. Now if we cluster and showcase as a cluster, so cluster plot, scatter plot, data equals to data x, and in y let's say I'm gonna give b, and then simply view model dot labels. And it should print our scatter plot where 2 clusters are being separated with different colors. So that's it. This is how you implement your clustering algorithm. So thanks for watching.